Hey guys, I'm Unblessed Data from the Lost Bros ClubHouse, bringing you another review, and this time we have Sentry from the new 2015 wave of Marvel Legends, the Odin and King Thor Build-A-Figure. And Sentry, come on, a long-awaited figure that really needed to be redone from the Toy Biz days, and now we finally get an updated version. It is a bulky figure, just as big as Thor, which is very interesting to me. I think it works. But it looks really, really awesome, especially in the package here. It looks like he's having a hard time breathing in there. His chest is a bit puffy, but, you know, he'll go to the doctor and figure it all out. But there's King Thor and Odin. Let's open this bad boy up. If you're wondering, I already took out the Build-A-Figure piece. Kind of rushed to that. Here he is out of the packaging right off the bat. Let's take a look at Articulation. His head moves left, right, up, down. Not really that far because his hair hinders his head movement. Single jointed shoulders swivel on their upper bicep. Double jointed elbows, which is nice. I mean, Thor only had one, so he's already beaten Thor here. Single joint on his wrist, and his does swivel around. He's got, like, the biggest ab crunch I've ever seen, so there you go. Hasbro does use this mold for other figures like Warpath, and so the Wrecking Crew figures, but it does have a swivel there, and oh, whoa, the belt there. Oh, look at that, the belt comes off. I figured something out with you guys. So the belt does hinder the articulation on the waist, but it does pop off, as we just figured out here. And it's just on a little kind of peg type thing. Now he looks really bare, but he does have a single joint on his hip, which goes up, down, left to right, up, whatever. There's a swivel on the upper thigh, double jointed knees. Again, nice, double jointed, double jointed. Got the pair there. Got a swivel on the upper calf. Got a joint on the foot and an ankle pivot. So lots of articulation for this guy. And just want to point out his cape is very different than Thor's cape. It looks really nice. It's very small compared to his body. But it does just pop off like that. And it stays on pretty nicely too. So you can just pose him, put the cape on, and then you got him in the pose. Because it is easier to pose without the cape. So yeah, so I guess he doesn't really come with accessories. But I guess the belt and his cape can count as accessories, I guess. Taking a closer look at the head sculpt and paint application, head sculpt is very menacing. I mean, total whiteout eyes, very scary, kind of horror movie-ish. Works for Sentry, though. I think it looks really, really cool. The hair is kind of like a really weird, it kind of looks like it's moldy almost to me, but it's okay. I mean, it's not the best, not the worst, so I can't really complain, but it looks good on the figure, I have to say. The yellow isn't one shade, which is always nice. Has a bit of a darker shade throughout it with a lighter coat underneath it, so it really stands out really nicely. Again, if they make these figures just one paint coat, it's going to look really, really bad. And they have done that in the early waves, but I think they're learning from their mistakes. His belt also looks really nice. It's basically a really standout feature of this figure. Without it, as you've seen before, looks really plain. But the paint application is really nice, not splotchy at all, which is very good for Hasbro. I mean, some of these other figures are splotchy, which is a kind of a disappointment, but, you know, you do what you can. But he is a bulky figure, and the sculpt does reflect that throughout, and the cape is just one color, no shading at all. If you want to see the back, just really, really plain. For size comparison, here he is next to Iron Fist and Thor from the same wave. He's a bit smaller than Thor and way bigger than Iron Fist, which it fits right into the scale. I like how there's different sizes of figures. I mean, if they use the same mold that Thor was made from, it would look really, really cheesy standing next to each other, looking almost the exact same. So the fact that they have multiple molds to use is good. They do reuse them a lot, but they use them in a way that doesn't make it seem like it's overused. They use it in varying ways, and I have to give props to Hasbro for doing that because, like I said, the Hasbro body mold that Sentry is made from is also the Warpath mold. Warpath isn't a very common figure, but you wouldn't even really recognize that they're the same body mold. Same with the Wrecking Crew figures. You can't really tell that they're the same body mold just because they have so many things added on. So I like that Hasbro does that, and it works out. Closing thoughts, this figure is one of the best in the wave. It's a bulky figure, you're getting your money's worth. It's a figure that fans have been wanting for a while now, so obviously it's wanted in the community, and Of course, it's well made, so I would definitely recommend picking them up if you want a Sentry. If you don't really like the big, bulky Sentry look, there is the Toy Biz one that came out a while ago, but it's not really modern. He doesn't have long hair, so, you know, you pick and you choose what you want. It's really up to preference at this point, but overall, great figure that is definitely worth your money. So thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Go check out the LostBrosClubHouse.com where we post news and reviews daily. And we also have a podcast called the Lost Bros Podcast, so you can check that out also. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.